All right. Another week, another Bristol City game. Feels like, well, we've had a couple of home fixtures in a row, haven't we? So yeah, we're away, aren't we? Away at Derby. Let us know in the chat if you're going. What I thought I'd do with this preview is pick an 11 together, because I think there could be some changes from the lineup that we've seen from. There could be some changes in the lineup, one or two. So we'll talk about my thoughts on the lineup, and you guys can chime in the chat. And then we'll have a look at Derby, and that's pretty much it for a preview, I think. So shall we pick a team together? You'll have to forgive the ads. So I did see on Twitter there's a guy that does like a Bristol City. There's a guy that does a Bristol City predicted lineup every week, and he's got a website. Couldn't find his tweets when I needed them, so we're going with lineup builder, which is fine, but it's just full of ads. Roasters looks like he's got a new profile picture. I can't see it, mate, on the chat. I'm afraid this is what I see. It's way too small. Sorry about that. So obviously, I mean, the goalkeeper picks itself, doesn't it? Let's be honest. B-Tech is in. I think I'm playing Dickey. But he's in. I think I'm going to play Atkinson too. I'll stick Atkinson in. Still thinks he's at Portsmouth. And then the right centre-back is where I think there is some questions, shall we say. George Tanner has played really well there. But I think the substitution that we saw from Struber at the end of the Charlton game to bring Dickey on and move Viner to the right-hand side of the defence, I think that suggests what Struber thinks. Struber thinks his back three, best back three is. Sorry, I'm just moving my mic. Bear with. We'll get that sorted. There we go. Yeah, see, BCFC Ben thought Tanner and Viner are both. They had their moments, didn't they? Both of them had their mistakes. I think Struber's favourite back four, though, it's going to have Viner in it, isn't it? I'm not sponsored by Amazon, by the way. I'm going to stick Viner in. Now, Yu Hirakawa, right? He did not have the best game of his career in my mind against Charlton. I'm not saying he was bad, but he wasn't as effective, I don't think, as he was against Sheffield United. So I think it raises the question, do we play Yu at left wing back again? Or do we move McCrory there and put Sykes at right wing back? That's the question, isn't it? I think I'd start Yu. The thing is with Sykes is, as much as I think he's a great player, I don't think he's gotten back to full fitness yet. I'd agree with BCFC Ben. He's not been as effective as he was at the back end of last season before his injury. So I don't think he's warranted a place yet. So I'm going Yu and McCrory. Midfield, or obviously, one man is in Jason Knight. We saw 20 minutes or so of Max Bird at the weekend. Do we start Bird or do we start Randall? What do you think? Let us know in the chat. I'm probably giving Randall a game, to be honest with you. I think Randall gets a start. We'll put Randall in. Where is he? There he is. I think the front three, no one's really made a claim to come into the 11, I don't think. I've got to say, no one's been good enough where they deserve to come into that 11. So, Emil Rees is in. Anis is in. I don't really care which position these wingers are in. They don't really represent the side because I think they'll rotate a fair bit. And then Twiney. I think that picks itself, doesn't it? Amazon. Bezos, go away. There we go. So yeah, I think that would be my 11. Let me know if you'd make any changes to that in the chat. But yeah, I think the best team, isn't it? The thing for me is I think we could do with we could do with another forward, definitely, and maybe one that could play on the left and right side as well. I'm trying to think because I've been banging on about the fact that Reece needs some help. If I move that up there, whatever ads we get now, you should yeah, here you go. I think Reece needs some help. I don't think he can play all 46 games, and I think he needs a little bit of help. But the question is, what kind of profile of player do you want to bring in alongside him? For me, it's whether you want another sort of big man profile that can hold the ball up and run the channels like Reece can do, or do you want someone probably a little bit shorter, a bit more nimble, who could play across the front line? Because I think Mehmeti and Twine will need some help there as well. But I guess they got you and Sykes too. But I'd probably pick someone with a bit more, I don't know, bit more nimbleness. But I think we need a new forward anyway, basically. A sniffer in the box, as Alan has said. That is, don't clip that one of me saying that. Where else? I think, I've got to say, I think the limitations of you are the fact that he's a right footer playing at left wing back. And I think Struber, I think he's pushing the club to get a striker in. I think that's his number one target. These ads are crazy, aren't they? And then I also think we could do with a left footer that can play left wing back. Because, well, Pring and Roberts are our two. Struber clearly doesn't fancy Roberts at all. So we probably need someone to come in. I made a couple of videos, or one video over the summer, about a chap named Layout Pacarada, who was Struber's left wing back at Cologne. And he was in the top 1%, I think, of left wing backs in left backs in world football for creative stats last season. So he was an incredibly attacking left wing back with the left foot. I think he put in something like 12 or 13 crosses per game. I may be wrong on the percentile stat. That might just be the Bundesliga 2 that he was in. But he did put in over like a ridiculous amount of crosses every game. So I think we could do with that. And then a partner or someone to back up Reece, I would say. But I think that's our team, isn't it? I think that's our team. Quickly then, we'll have a look at Derby. So let's have a quick look at Derby. So recent fixtures then. Obviously played 3 games this season. Opening day lost 3-1 to Stoke. They drew 1-1 after full time with Derby and beat them 3-2 on penalties in the Cup. And they scored a 96th minute equaliser to get there. And then last weekend, they lost to 5-3 to Coventry. So Coventry opened the scoring, Derby replied, Coventry scored again, Derby replied. Then Derby took the lead, so that would have been 3-2, and then Coventry scored 3 goals to win the game. So I think it looks like Derby are quite open. They haven't kept a clean sheet yet, whereas we've kept 2. Let's have a quick look at their team. What team did they play versus Coventry? Jackson. Hayden Jackson, he's a Derby sort of stalwart, isn't he? And they've got Carlton Morris up front as well. He is an absolute bulldozer, isn't he, Carlton Morris? I tell you what, I'd be a little bit concerned about who he's up against in our team. I think it makes sense in that case to sense in that case to play Viner in the back 3, doesn't it? I think rather than Tanner. Who was their man of the match in that game? Abu Adams is their sort of centre attacker mid. So it looks like they played a 3-5-2 in that game as well, which is interesting. Sorry, they played a 3-5-2. We'll play a 3-4-3. So they're a 3 at the back team as well. David Ozo, I bought him in a Football Manager save, and he turned into an absolutely world-class midfielder for me. So yeah, they're a 3-5-2 by the looks of it. Got a couple of just stalwart sort of championship players. So Danny Bath, I think they signed him this summer, didn't they? And then of course, they've got Andy Vyman. What are the odds that Andy Vyman puts one past us? I can't claim to be a Derby expert or an EFL expert, but it looked like in their last game they played a 3-5-2. So let's have a look and see what they did against West Brom. In the West Brom game, they played a 3-5-2 as well. Different person. Oh, no, they played a 3-5-2, but not necessarily with a 10. Interesting. Byman started that game, got a yellow card and subbed on 63. So they are definitely a 3-5-2 team, aren't they? What else happened? Stoke Derby, so I'll quick for that one as well. Another. Oh no, they played 4-4-2 in that one. Interesting. So they've mixed up the formation a little bit. 2 games they played 3-5-2, 1 game they played 4-4-2. Interesting. Stoke Sorba Thomas had a good game in that one by the looks of it. Looks like they concede goals though. That's the one thing to say. They conceded 3 to Stoke, then 1 against West Brom, and 5 goals to Coventry. So what's SofaScore saying about this game? So Derby, we are the favourites. Interestingly, with 2.5 on. Derby 2.9, and a draw is 3.1. Oh, there's some insight. I guess FOTMob's good, isn't it? So yeah, Derby scored 10 in the last 5, awarded the most penalties this season, haven't kept a clean sheet for 8 games. Bristol City have lost 8 goals in their last 5 matches, haven't lost in 6 matches. Not sure about that one. We average 2 goals per game. We have lost in 6 games. It forgets. It thinks it's pre-season. Okay, fine. But it doesn't have the via the lid game in there. It's interesting. It's weird. Yeah, Morris is their top scorer with 2 goals. Twinars, obviously. So yeah. I don't know if that was very scientific or any good, but that's kind of all I plan to go through. Pick the Bristol City team, talk about Derby for a little bit, and we'll have a little bit of chat with the chat. We'll have a little bit of talk with the chat now. Tom Pittman Struber was guest speaker at today's Senior Reds launch. Oh, that's awesome, mate. What's the deal with that? It's safe to say he really rates you. That's good to know. Tom, which City player would be the best FPL asset? I don't think we got any, to be honest, mate. Probably Reece, isn't it? It's the one who scores the most goals. Probably. Roaster thinks we'll get Dane Scarlett on loan. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't got any names in terms of a striker. I have a feeling that we're obviously going for one. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know who we'll get. I don't think there's enough transfer budget to bring someone in on a permanent, and it will have to be a loan move. But exactly who, I don't know. I think a short, pacey player. Yeah, I think so. I would agree. Someone who's a bit nimble, who can play across the front line. And I think that's what Emil Reece needs as a strike partner as well. Someone to run off him. Thoughts on Armstrong up for transfer? To be honest, I don't think he is like specifically been transfer listed. You know, I think if the right offer came in from Mayulu, Bell, Yeboah, or Sinclair Armstrong, it would be accepted. Tom Rawcliffe, the CEO, before the Derby game, did an interview on Radio Bristol and described us as a selling club. So if anything, we need to sell players. That's basically what he said in that interview. So yeah, I think everyone's for sale for the right price. I agree with BCFC Ben. I think we need a left-sided left wing back. No disrespect to you, but he's kind of being asked to play out of position there. Be nice to see him in the front three a little bit more. Yeah, he clearly doesn't rate Roberts. So, and I think Struber's been honest with his squad as well about who he doesn't rate. So I think Roberts probably knows that he's not rated. Struber sees something in Fally, as apparently he wanted him at Cologne. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Thoughts on Armstrong? Yeah, we've already read that one. Sinks is the GOAT. Maybe a loan for Sinks or Fally. Yeah, I don't know. How much more time can you give Sinclair Armstrong? You know, I'd never like insult a player personally because it's just not necessary. But at the same time, he's not performed in a Bristol City shirt. And how much more time do you give him, you know? Yeah, exactly, Ben. It could do with a loan. We'll see. We'll see. He's our Darwin Núñez, isn't he? He's our Darwin Núñez. I mean, he shows everything. Movement, power, pace, running in behind, running the channels. He just doesn't have a final ball. And it's not improved, has it? I mean, he's had a whole season here and it's not improved at all. In fact, I'd say he's regressed because at the start of his time at Bristol City, he was actually putting the ball in the net, but he's not done that for a long time. Oh, that's really cool, Tom. Well, I hope you had a good lunch. Was it at Ashton Gate? That's pretty cool. I didn't know about the Senior Reds. You have to tell me on Twitter about it. But yeah, that's all I really had planned today. Just thinking aloud in terms of when I can do a match review. I'll obviously watch the game tomorrow evening. I couldn't do a preview tomorrow because it's the FPL deadline as well, and that's my other channel. Bear with just a second, just a sec. Sorry, I've been a bit hay fevery today. So yeah, I'll try and squeeze one in on Saturday morning. I'm going to the gym in the morning, but hopefully I'll be back 11:30, and we'll do a match review then, is my plan. My other channel is called Golden Goal Fantasy Football, mate. I'll leave a link to it in the chat. Bear with. There she is, if you want to subscribe. But yeah, I think that leaves us there. I won't go through anymore because I think that's it. Derby conceded a lot of goals. Hopefully we'll do well. We've got a good away record so far this season. And yeah, I think our team, probably Tanner leaves it for Viner, and that would be the headlines for me. Looking forward to watching it. It's probably on Sky, isn't it? But I only watch Sky Go, so I might not be able to see it on there and have to buy it on Robin's TV. But whatever happens, we'll give it a watch, and I might do a quick match review straight after the game, actually. That might be my plan. But yeah, anyway. Good luck, Bristol City, and I'll chat to you tomorrow.